Top 10 Amazing Animal Parents. Flamingos. Astonishingly, flamingos' parents work together as a team. Both females and males build the nest, while the other pops out for snacks and the other sits on the eggs. Once the egg hatched completely, the parents feed the chick by bringing up a kind of thick red milk secreted by glands in their digestive tracts. However, both the parents keep a watchful eye on their chick for the first few weeks, until it's able to leave the nest and make some friends. Meanwhile, they both continue to supervise and feed their little ones for 2 to 3 months. Orangutans. Interesting on the list are orangutan moms, which are among the most devoted parents in the animal kingdom. Since orangutan dads are solitary, quitting and hitting their kind, it's totally up to mother apes to raise their newborn. These single mothers look after their children for between 8 to 10 years, carrying them on their bellies for the first 4 months, and nursing them for about 4 years. Surprisingly, sometimes it exceeds up to 7 or even 8 as well. Apparently, there is a strong bond between mother and child, and when her babe reaches 2, they travel through the jungle together holding hands, keeping close until the child is ready to strike out on its own. Elephants. To think of the fact 9 months is a long time to be pregnant, but imagine carrying that bump around for almost 2 years. Astonishingly, Asian elephants are pregnant for on average 20 months, and whereas African elephants for 21.5. It doesn't end here. The mothers then have to pop out 260 pounds of a newborn elephant. The new moms are attentive and loving, and as elephants live in matrilineal groups of grandmothers, mothers, aunts, and daughters, everyone pitches in and dotes on the calf until it's big and strong. Emperor penguins. Parenting requires fortitude, especially when you live in the coldest neighborhood in the world. To pull this featuring off, both emperor penguins' parents go to another level. While the father incubates the egg for 2 months in the freezing Antarctic winter, the mother returns to the sea to feed. The pressure is on both, but majorly on the mother, as she has to return with enough food for her chick. Meanwhile, if it takes time, the father produces a nutritious crop milk to tide the young one over. Once the starving dad has ducked out to eat, both take turns keeping the hatchling warm until it's old enough to join the penguin clan. Seahorses. Among fish species, fatherhood is a matter of loving and leaving, but the male seahorse takes on a much more involved role. After an intimate pre-dawn dance with his sweetheart, the male's brood pouch gapes open, allowing the female to slide in her ovipositor, and disgorge thousands of eggs. Astonishingly, the male carries the eggs for 2 to 4 weeks. Once they hatch, the newborns are on their own. Polar bears. Father polar bears are all enthusiastic when it comes to fighting off the competition. But after a busy 1-week stand, the mother-to-be is on her own. Before denning down, the mother has to catch enough seals to double her own weight, because when the little one is born, she'll remain in the den nursing for several months, fasting until the cubs are ready for the long trek to the sea. However, after having not eaten for the better part of a year, she then has to hunt down enough food to feed herself and her young. Affectionate and fiercely protective, mother polar bears continue to take care of the cubs for about 2 years. Strawberry sun dart frogs. They may be tiny, but strawberry sun dart frogs are power parents taking complementary roles. Strangely, the father frog has to urinate on the eggs to keep them moist. When the eggs hatch, the mother steps in. The mother dart frog carries each tadpole on her back up a tree to water, and every day for almost 2 months to feed them her own unfertilized eggs, while her partner keeps a sharp lookout. Octopus. Astonishingly, a giant Pacific mother octopus can lay up to 50,000 babies at a time. However, an octopus mom is a zealous parent, which cleans the eggs with currents of air and protects them from hungry predators. This keeps her so busy that there is no time to eat, and once the eggs hatch, she soon ends up losing her own life. Meanwhile, the father on the other hand also ends up getting eliminated. Strangely, among all the newborns, some survive, and some pass away soon after birth. Wolves. Astonishingly, wolf families stick together. The family consists of parents who mate for life and their children, who are raised by both the mother and father, as well as older siblings. There are some cases where it is observed that wolves also adopt orphaned pups. For the first few weeks, the father wolf stands guard and brings home the bacon, while the mother remains in the den, nursing the newborns, who are born blind and deaf. When the pups leave the den, the whole pack has a hand in caring for and training them, making wolf families one of the tightest in the animal kingdom. Sea lions. It takes a village to raise a child, or sometimes a harem. Living in colonies of 1 bull and up to 25 cows, Galapagos sea lion mothers work together to give each other much-needed me and mealtime. The mothers nurse their pups for around 11 months and nurture them for a relatively protracted period of up to 3 years. Curious and playful, the puppies take a lot of looking after. When a mother feels peckish, another female watches over the newborn, making sure they stay out of trouble.